We had one disagreement in our whole of our 40 years relationship. And that, believe it or not, was caused by a navigator. A certain navigator who unfortunately is not here today, I wish he was, Ian Coleman. It was Ian Coleman's farewell from the OCU. And before that, Ian had had his varicose veins stripped. They were in a terrible state. In fact, we used to joke about his back of his legs looked like a road atlas of the highway and the motorways in Great Britain. But Ian, being Ian, had to do something different on his farewell. And he bought a little Christmas sacking with him, little presents for his fellow instructors on the OCU. When it came to my turn, he produced a kilner jar. And he said, and this one's for Art Stacey. So I came up and he said, who was worried about my varicose veins more than I worried about them myself. And he gave me this small kilner jar. Apparently, what he had done was take pieces of pasta, he put them in the kilner jar, he got a bit of tomato ketchup and sorts of that. Then he got some blue dye from somewhere, and put that in, then he added water. And I must admit, having never seen any varicose veins in a kilner jar, these look pretty convincing. I took them back to the office. Ernie was the chief instructor in the office, and my desk was right by the window, facing there. I put them on the window ledge. Over the next week, we had a gradual process of fermentation. To the extent that the lid on the kilner jar was starting to lift slowly. I thought it was fascinating, and I thought we might well be on the verge of a new antibiotic discovery. But no, Ernie took offence to this. He dropped a couple of verbal reminders that perhaps you should get rid of those, and then finally one morning I came in, and there was a note from Ernst. And he said, I'm going on a week's leave. When I get back, Ian Coleman's varicose veins are to be gone. And in 40 years, that was our only disagreement. And I'll finish by saying, if there is up there an authorization sheet in the sky, then alongside squadron leader Ernie Banfield, AFC, RAF, gentleman, legend, will be a very, very large DCO. And for the non-aircrew amongst us, that stands for duty carried out. Ernie, rest in peace. Thank you very much.